Hi everybody, Al Bernstein here with our preview of the Brandon Rios-Mike Alvarado rematch at the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas on Saturday, March 30th. Well, this is a rematch that has been highly anticipated, and why not? When these two met the first time, they created an instant classic. It was as exciting as any match could possibly be, with Rios ultimately prevailing with a technical knockout in round 7. So the 32-year-old Alvarado and the 26-year-old Rios will do it again. For Alvarado, the Denver resident who was in his first really major fight against Rios, it was a stirring effort. He performed exceedingly well during most of this fight and several times had Rios in big trouble. And an indication of that is that two of the judges had the fight scored dead even when ultimately Rios was able to stop him in the 7th round. But for Alvarado, it was a brilliant performance. Some suggest that had Alvarado fought with just a little bit more discipline and boxed a bit more, he might have been able to win this fight by taking Rios out in the later rounds or possibly winning a decision. And in theory, he may approach this next fight that way. As for the 26-year-old Rios, who has moved up from the lightweight division where he was a champion, he was a wrecking machine in this fight. Took punishment, as he often does, and was able to dish it out in an incredible manner. Rios, as I said, was hurt several times in the fight, but ultimately it was his relentless approach and his attack that was able to get to Alvarado and his power. And he would do Mike Alvarado in with a TKO in the 7th round. How will they approach this fight? Well, let's take a look at the keys to victory. For Mike Alvarado, an important key is using the jab. He did use it a lot in the last fight with Rios, but started to abandon the punch as the fight wore on, and that was when he got involved in too much inside fighting. When he uses the jab, the right hand should follow. That punch hurt Rios a lot. That's the punch he should be using instead of trading left hooks with Rios. The most important point, don't brawl. It's not as if Alvarado's not going to be aggressive in this fight. He will, and he'll throw a lot of punches, but he needs to keep his distance while he's doing it, and at various points in the fight, just buy some time. For Rios, getting on the inside is vital because that's where he can mug you, not only with his terrific body punching, but also just with his physicality. And he's got to set a very quick pace in this fight. The whole point is you don't want to let Mike Alvarado have a chance to stay on the outside and peck away with the jab and land those long right hands. And even though Rios has a terrific left hook and it was an important weapon in the last fight, I think the overhand right is also something that could really demonstrate his power against Alvarado and could in fact hurt him again in this fight. So there are lingering questions from their first fight. One, how much did this pitched battle take away from either man, especially from Alvarado, who of course was stopped in the fight? Can the 32-year-old Mike Alvarado create another effort like this against Brandon Rios? And for Rios, he took a lot of punishment as well in this fight. And can he continue to impose his will on a fighter with the skill set and power of Mike Alvarado? The fight has created quite a buzz in the boxing community. It is expected to have a full house on hand at the Mandalay Bay, and many people are looking forward to this match. It'll be televised in the United States on HBO, and we will have complete coverage all through the week, including the press conference and a weigh-in of this fight, and of course, immediate post-fight coverage as well. So keep it on the Boxing Channel, where you'll find out all about what should be one of the best fights of the year.